Hey yoga lovers, quick 30-minute video on the beach here, beautiful Yamba. Just thought you may want to have a little stretch while we are locked down. So just remembering being kind to yourself during lockdown. It's a beautiful time to just have a stretch on the mat, let go, breathe, do yoga, read, eat some wholesome food and just enjoy that time of stillness, which we get distracted by busyness all the time. So I'm sending lots of love to all of you. Mwah. So today we're going to start standing, coming to the top of the mat, bringing the toes together, heels slightly apart. And the hands are just going to open down beside us, standing nice and tall, crown of the head reaching to the sky. We'll take a beautiful deep inhale, reach high, gaze high, and then hands to the heart. Just settle here, hands heart center, placed in prayer, softening the eyes closed. We'll take a beautiful deep inhale together and letting it go. And we just stand here for a moment, finding yourself in complete stillness, emptying the mind completely, and just finding a moment of gratitude. We place way too much stress on ourselves. So being in lockdown is a beautiful time to just let all of that go and just be. Read more books, spend more time on the yoga mat, breathe, meditate, walk, be wholesome. We'll take a beautiful deep inhale and letting it go. And we connect with ourselves, knowing that we are our worst critic. So finding gratitude, self-love, and we move through this flow, gently opening the eyes. Inhale to reach the hands high, gaze high, and we melt all the way down, Mother Earth. Inhale, halfway lift onto the fingertips, flattening the back, crown of the head reaching forward, planting the hands, stepping back, high plank. Now you can drop the knees if you need to, otherwise we're really pushing the earth away from us, zipping up the belly, one line from the crown of the head to the heels. We'll take a beautiful little rock from front to back, keeping that core nice and tight. And then we're gently dropping to the knees, untucking the toes, elbows stay nice and close. We lower all the way down onto the earth. Inhale, cobra, hands plant, shoulder blades kissing together, and gently releasing. One more just like that. Inhale, cobra, maybe floating the hands off the earth, and gently releasing. We ripple back to child's pose. Spread the knees nice and wide. Toes come to touch. Melt the heart all the way down onto the earth. Finding stillness, breathing into the practice, and connecting. Noticing the breath. That line of energy in and out of the body. Beautiful deep inhale, and we let it go on the exhale. When you're ready, no rush whatsoever, coming up onto all fours. So find tabletop position, wrists are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips, and we'll start moving through a cat and cow. So simply on the inhale, the belly drops. We gaze up to the sky. Exhale, tuck the chin, round through the spine, and just keep flowing like this. Inhale, belly drops, gazing up. Exhale, tucking the chin, rounding through the spine, and we just keep moving. So this is a beautiful place to get really organic into your body. Maybe a little sway from side to side. Breathing and moving in a way that serves you. You can draw a figure of 8 with the hips, a little tap of the feet, maybe shaking out the wrists, turning the fingers to face towards you. Whatever feels good, this is your body. So just doing what feels good for you. We all have different little niggles in our body. So just moving into it, warming up through the spine, the neck. And then when you're ready, we're going to find our first downward facing dog. So bringing the hands, one handprint forward, spreading wide through the fingers, tucking the toes, reaching the sit bones, beautiful and high to the sky. So we'll pedal it out, lifting one heel, lifting the other, walking out the dog, breathing into it. Little wag of the tail if that feels good. And then when you're ready, we land in stillness. So spreading wide through those fingers, grounding through the fingertips, reaching the sit bones beautiful and high to the sky, and just let the heels fall. Maybe a slight bend in the knees. Wherever the heels land is exactly where they're supposed to be. We're not here to cause ourselves any pain, so just feeling into this beautiful posture. And we breathe. Coming up onto the toes, we bend the knees, we gaze towards the hands. It's your choice. Either baby steps up to the hands or floating into a hop. We'll meet in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to melt all the way down to the earth. We unravel the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming up to standing, reaching high, gazing beautiful and high, pulling all that energy down to the heart. Samadhi. Inhale to flow, reaching high, gazing high, flowing all the way down, Mother Earth. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to flow, plant the hands, we go through a vinyasa. Stepping or jumping back to high plank, lowering down, chaturanga. Low plank, elbows in nice and close, coming on to the tops of the feet, upward facing dog. Rippling back, downward facing dog. Beautiful everyone, holding it here, finding the breath. On the next inhale, right leg is floating beautiful and high to the sky. We're going to bend the knee, open the hip for scorpion tail. One of my favorite poses, so grounding the shoulders to the earth, they're square to the earth. Right heel reaching towards the left butt cheek. Nice juicy hip opener. Breathing here. And slowly straightening the leg, three-legged dog. Hips are square, shoulders are square. We're bringing the knee through to the nose. We're holding it there, trying to touch the knee to the nose. And then we're planting the foot, finding a beautiful lunge here. Again, we'll find a bit of momentum, little rock from front to back. Our low runner's lunge. Finding stillness when you're ready. Left hand is planting. Right hand is sweeping high, opening the heart to the sky. Breathing, enjoying this opening through the heart. Beautiful. And we slowly frame the foot with the hands. Take our little rock again, and when you're ready, back foot is floating forward to meet the front foot, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold. Again, unraveling all the way up to the sky, reaching high, gazing high. Hands landing at heart center. Beautiful, holding it here. Standing strong and tall. connecting with yourself. We acknowledge that beautiful bright light that is shining inside us. Inhale to reach high, gaze high. Exhale, folding down, Mother Earth. Halfway lift, flatten that beautiful spine, and we flow. So your choice, plant the hands, jump back into chaturanga if that suits you, landing with bent elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, rippling back, downward facing dog. Landing here, finding your breath. Beautiful place to be. And when you're ready, other side, left leg is floating high to the sky, and we bend the knee and open the hips. So shoulders are square, left heel this time to right butt cheek. Finding that juicy opening through the hips. Breathing, feeling the body. When you're ready, slowly straightening the leg, three-legged dog. We bring the knee through to the nose, so really pushing, trying to touch that nose with the knee, and then we land the foot in between the hands. Low runner's lunge, find that little rock, get juicy through the hips, and then we find stillness. This time right hand plants, left hand reaches high, opening the heart to the side. Breathing into the pose, enjoying that twist, opening through the heart. And we slowly frame the foot with the hands, finding our little rock from front to back again. Juicy through the hips, about as if we're about to take off. When you're ready, back foot floating forward, forward fold, melting here, bending through the knees. Beautiful, halfway lift, hands to shins, flattening the back, all fingertips to the earth, and we slowly fold. Gently reaching all the way up to the sky, reaching high, gazing high, hands coming to the heart. Beautiful. Now while we're here, we're going to find a pistol grip with the hands. So finding that pistol grip, feet come together to touch, reaching beautiful and high to the sky. We're going to make our way over to the left side first. So opening up through the side of the body, leaning into it, finding that beautiful stretch. Closing down the eyes, maybe you can go a little bit deeper. Beautiful, slowly back to center. Other side, gently bending, opening up through the side of the body, softening the eyes. Maybe you can push yourself a little bit deeper. And gently back to center, pulling the hands to the heart. We're going to come through a chair pose, so toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Hands come down beside us, and we reach them back. We scrape the fingertips along the mat, and then we reach them nice and high. So taking that seat. Maybe hands can come to the heart if it's too much. Otherwise, nice deep inhale. Exhale, sit deeper, reach the fingertips high. Beautiful, everyone. Embracing the shakes, feeling the stabilizing muscles. Breathing into the flow. The flow of the breath in and out. Beautiful, feel it, sit a little bit deeper, that's it, hold it, sit deeper. Beautiful, feel that beautiful stretch, strength in the body, hands to the heart, and we fold. Halfway lift, flat back, beautiful. We're folding forward, this time we're taking a ragdoll. So I want you to bring the feet nice and wide, so as wide as the mat, and then generous bend into the knees, so really bending, finding opposite elbows, melting the heart to the earth. And then when you're ready, a little sway, coming back to center, landing here, nodding the head yes, shaking the head no, feeling that warmth. And then again, a little sway, Keep moving the head as you sway if that works for you. Warming up through the neck. Ah, beautiful. Enjoying the movement. Maybe you can make some beautiful big exhales. Oh, letting it go. Just feeling into your own body. Too often we get distracted by the busyness of life. So just be here in this moment. Imagining you're on the beach just like me, no one around. Just being where you want to be. Knowing that you can close your eyes and take yourself anywhere. Ah, beautiful. We'll slowly heel toe the feet back together and we'll find a halfway lift, flat back. And we'll flow. So taking your version, you can go through cobra or child's pose or whatever suits you. Otherwise, planting the hands, stepping or floating back, lowering down, chaturanga, low plank, inhale, up dog or cobra. Beautiful. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here, feeling into this posture. Beautiful place to just land and take a breath. Maybe you can reach the sit bones a little higher. Soften through the shoulders. Ah, beautiful. The beauty of yoga. Next inhale, the right leg is reaching high to the sky. This time hips are square. We'll gently bring the knee through to the nose, land again in our lunge. Setting up the feet, so the feet can be nice and wide. This time we're coming up into a high crescent lunge. So setting the feet up, grounding through the feet. They don't have to be on a tight rope, so maybe wider is better. As you slowly find your balance, lift all the way up. Beautiful, reaching the hands high, finding our high crescent lunge. We'll take a nice deep inhale and let it go, sinking into the hips, feeling this posture. Beautiful, nice deep inhale. This time we exhale, we open up warrior two. So back foot's parallel with the back of the mat, front foot is pointing forward. You should be able to look down and see the big toe, so I don't want that knee splaying in. Sinking the hips, arms are strong. Imagine I'm pulling the fingertips away from you. Beautiful. We flip the front palm. We reverse the warrior. Hold it here. Find that stretch through the side of the body. Beautiful. Breathing into it. We're not rushing over this pose. And then when you are ready, elbow to knee. Rest it there. You should be able to just lift it off the knee. Backhand sweeping forward, palm is facing to the earth, side angle. Beautiful, hold it here, sink into the hips, feeling strong. When you're ready, this top hand is slowly coming down to the earth. We're swiveling onto the ball of the back foot and we're meeting again in our beautiful heart opener, twisted lunge. So right hand is reaching high. Beautiful, holding it here. And then when you're ready, framing the foot, this time stepping straight back, downward facing dog. Perfect, land here for a moment. Breathe, maybe a little wiggle. And the other side, left leg floating high, three-legged dog, hips are square. And then when you're ready, knee to nose, land the foot. We're setting up for high crescent, so ground into the feet. Maybe they come a little bit wider, setting yourself up, reaching high, finding crescent lunge. Taking a nice deep inhale, exhale, juicy into the lunge. We'll take an inhale, exhale, opening up warrior two. So finding the pose, back foot parallel with the back of the mat. Front toes pointing forward. Beautiful. Arms are strong. Gaze over that front middle finger. Standing strong like a warrior. We flip the front palm and we reverse. And hold it here. Feel that beautiful stretch up the side of the body. Enjoy it. Too often we rush over this pose in vinyasa. So breathe and enjoy. And then when we are ready, we slowly come forward. Front elbow rests on the knee, so you should be able to lift it off at any time. Back hand sweeping forward past the face, palm facing down to the earth. Beautiful. Gazing up and just enjoying this pose, side angle. Beautiful place to be. When we're ready, the top hand is gently traveling down to the earth. Plant the hand, swivel on the back foot. So we're back in our lunge, left hand floating this time as we open the heart to the side of the room. Breathing into the practice. Finding that opening through the heart, beautiful. And then when we're ready, we frame the foot and we simply step back to down dog. So you can either stay in down dog, take 5 breaths here, or we travel through a vinyasa. So you ripple forward, high plank, zip up the belly, find your strength, slowly lower down halfway, chaturanga, onto the tops of the feet for upward facing dog, gazing up to the sky, and gently rippling back, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here, landing in the pose. We're going to come through into a more restorative pose. So this time, right leg floating. We're bending the knee and opening the hip again. We're going to make our way into half pigeon. So beautiful stretch for the glute. So when you're ready, we're aiming the right knee to the right wrist. So setting yourself up here, back leg lengthening. You may be happy like this. So really squaring the hips, getting juicy again, wiggling around so you're feeling even. You may be happy just sitting upright. You may want to walk forward, come onto the elbows. You may be able to melt all the way forward, bring the forehead to the earth. So just feeling into your own body. It's a beautiful restorative stretch for the glute. If you ever go to a yin yoga practice, you can often hold this pose for over 5 minutes. So good for the fascia, stretching it out. So just be here. There's a few different variations you can take, maybe coming onto the elbows, stretching through the triceps, prayer above the head. If you want to try something different, maybe we reach back, same hand as same leg, opening and grabbing onto the back foot. So there's a few different things you can do here. Usually, personally, I like to have a little play around at everything, see what my body's capable of, and then I love to just melt forward and enjoy that stretch through the glute. I never want to rob myself of such a beautiful experience by trying to do so much. There's always time to play in your own practice. You won't know if you don't try something. Breathing. We're just going to be still. Maybe you can feel the breath. Maybe you can hear the ocean. Take a nice, beautiful inhale. Let it go. We slowly walk the hands back towards us. We're coming onto the ball of the back foot. And we're just sweeping the right leg again, nice and high, three-legged dog. I'm going to bend the knee again and open the hip, but it's up to you, whatever you want to do. Maybe draw a few circles, loosen it out, straighten the leg, shake her out, and then back to down dog, little pedal, and then straight into the other side. Left leg is floating, beautiful. Bend that knee, open the hip, scorpion tail. And then when you're ready, we set up for half pigeon on the other side, aiming the left knee to the left wrist. The idea is to get the shin parallel to the top of the mat. Very hard to do, takes years of practice. And then again, really just wiggling in. This side may feel completely different, so squaring those hips as much as you can. You may be happy up here. You may melt onto the elbows, stay like so. You may come all the way down hard and forward to the earth. Again, there's the option of bending, finding prayer. Bending elbows, finding prayer, stretching into the triceps. Or again, can you challenge yourself? If you tried on the other side, try on this side. Same hand as the leg that's back. We reach around, we bend the knee, we grab onto the foot. Is it there for you? Is it available? Again, you won't know if you don't try. And then again, you may be happy releasing and settling back into half pigeon. Enjoying that release, finding stillness, melting into the pose. It's a beautiful restorative pose. Out of the pose, so bringing the hands back onto the mat, onto the ball of the back foot, and when you're ready, left leg sweeping high. Again, your variation. I like to bend the knee, open the hip again, maybe draw some circles, lubricating the hip socket, shake it out, and then back to downward facing dog, walking out the dog and landing here in stillness. We're coming up onto the toes, gazing forward, floating up to the hands. Beautiful. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold. Gently unraveling all the way up, reaching high, gazing high, pulling the hands to the heart. We're finishing this beautiful practice exactly where we started. Toes to touch, heels apart, hands come down beside us, fingertips pointing to the earth. Inhale to reach high, gaze high, and we pull the energy to the heart, Samahiti. Gently soften the eyes closed. We arrive in the present moment. The present moment is where aliveness is. Softening those eyes, finding gratitude, reconnecting with oneself. We are our own greatest teacher. We thank this beautiful practice of yoga as we breathe, thanking yourself for stepping onto the mat. Thumbs come to the third eye. the eyebrow center for beautiful, kind, warm thoughts, down to the lips for honest words. Hands to the heart, we bow the head and we connect. We acknowledge the beautiful bright light that is shining inside each and every one of us. So we humbly seal the practice by saying Namaste. Namaste. Thank you for practicing.